Hello, my friend. You say to me, what is difficult for you is not so much the lack of courage as the discouragement of life, often being about taking one step forward and two steps back. I think you're putting your finger on something extremely important. Life is indeed exactly like that. We go forwards and then we go back. We go left and then we go right. We go out of ourselves and then we go into ourselves. It is in constant movement and constant change. What it is you seem to be caught up with is the sensation that you can't win, that somehow you make progress and then life pushes you back again. But that is not necessarily the case if you try to think about it in a different way. Think about living as learning to dance and then enjoying the dance of life. And in that dance, you constantly take different paces. One step forward, two steps back, two steps forward, one step back, one step left, one step forward, two steps back, one step right, one step forward, two steps back. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you are with those steps, that you are engaged and that you see what is going on and why it is better to move with the flow and not just push your way forward all the time. Because life is an engagement with others who also take up space and who also push in different directions. And the events that we encounter demand of us that we are agile and that we know that sometimes we have to go around a problem, or we have to retreat from a problem, or sometimes we have to find our wings and fly over a problem. There are many, many different moves possible. And the more we get a feel for it, and the more we get a sense of how to move with things, the more enjoyable it becomes. And this is true in terms of how to deal with the things that happen, the events in the world, the actions we take, and it is also true in relation to other people, how we relate with other people. And it is also true with how we create ourselves and how we are with ourselves on the inside. Because there we have to constantly go forward in our imagination to picture where we might want to go and how we want to look at life and what we want for the future. But we also have to keep going back into our memory, remembering what has happened and learning from it and taking that back into the present. And so that narrative that we create, the weaving of that, is also like an art, is also like a craft. Maybe that's more like knitting, taking stitches from here and stitches from there, dropping one, catching it again. But that's also like a dance again. It's all about enjoying the art of making that your own and seeing how you can get better at that and how enjoyable that can be, instead of how oppressive it becomes when you experience it as something that is somehow out of your control and that is constantly messing you about and making things hard for you. Now, I know it takes time to learn all these things, but I think sometimes it is important to get a picture of what is possible and what you're working towards. So enjoy the dance of life, my friend, And don't let the steps you take backwards put you off, because they can be very enjoyable too, and they can expose new moves and new ways of being that you had never dreamt of. Take care, my friend.